So welcome you all for the more online classes. We are discussing the chapter electromagnetic induction. So in this electromagnetic induction we completed yesterday regarding mutual induction, and we are discussing for self induction. Okay na? So last topic related with the self induction, so that is expression for energy stored in a coil. Expression for energy stored in a coil. So important question for 3 marks. So many times asked question. Expression for energy stored in a coil. So let me consider one coil. Your wish. Coil you can consider either like this, or you can consider the coil like this also. That is your wish. So this coil is connected across a DC battery. So here this coil is connected across a DC battery. Okay Nara? Any coil you can consider. So I will consider this coil. Every time writing this only na. So let me consider a coil of having inductance. The inductance of the coil is L. Yesterday we discussed inductance is analogous to which one? So inertia, mechanical inertia. So here it is, inductance is analogous to mass. So inductance is more means electrical inertia more. Inductance less means electrical inertia less. Let us consider a coil of inductor. You can also call the coil name also as inductor. So let us consider one inductor of inductance L connected across a DC battery. So because of connecting DC battery, so at a time 0, at t is equal to 0, so initial current in the coil. So what is the initial current in the coil? So let me call at a time t0, there is no current. What happened? Current slowly will grow. Can I consider one Plecky also? Current will grow slowly. Why current will grow slowly means the coil will oppose the growth of current. Yesterday we discussed. Because of the phenomena of self-induction, what happens? Whenever current is increasing, the flux linked with the coil will be increasing, which causes to develop an induced EMF. That induced EMF will be in a direction opposite to the cause. So due to that induced EMF, what happens? It does not allow current to increase. So let us suppose, at a particular time, the instantaneous current the instantaneous current in the coil, so let me call I. So and maximum current, the maximum current which can be obtained is that value, can I call I0. So instantaneous current value I and maximum current value is I0. Initial current value 0. Now what happened? So current value increasing from 0 to I0. In between, instantaneous current value is given by I value. So now what happened? Whenever current in the coil is increasing from 0 to I0, the flux linked with the coil will be increasing. Because of the flux linked with the coil is increasing, an induced EMF will develop. So how much induced EMF? There is another name for this induced EMF, is also called as induced EMF or back EMF. So how much induced EMF or back EMF developed in a coil? Can I call that EMF magnitude value? Mod E is equal to L into di by dt. L into which value? Di by dt. Are you getting Ara? The induced EMF developed in a coil is given by L into di by dt. According to Faraday laws, we can write E is equal to d phi by dt. Here I am writing modulus of induced EMF. So E is equal to, according to Faraday law, E is equal to d phi by dt, but according to self-induction, phi value is equal to L into I. Then we can write, E value is L into di by dt. If the instantaneous current value is I, so induced EMF at a particular instant of time, the induced EMF or back EMF value given by L into di by dt. So what is this induced EMF or back EMF will do? So it will oppose the growth of current. But in order to increase the current from 0 to maximum, battery has to do work done. So how much rate of work done by the battery to increase the current is given by, so rate of work done, that is dW by dt. For what purpose the work has to be done? So to overcome that induced EMF. Rate of work done is nothing but power. Power is the dot product or product of, so potential and the current. So what can I write? P is equal to V into I. Can I write the relation between power and voltage and current? P is equal to V into I, or P is equal to I square into R. Here the voltage is which against which voltage work is done? Against the induced EMF. That's why E into I. So what is the instantaneous work done by the battery to increase the current value given by, so dW is E into I. So what I got the answer? dW divided by dt is equal to E into I. Can I substitute the value of E? So this is modulus of E, modulus of E, only magnitude. Modulus of E value L into di by dt into I. So will be equal to how much? dW divided by dt. So dt cancel. So what I will get? dW value is L into I into di. So what is dW? dW is the small work done. So when instantaneous current is I, in order to increase the current by di, the small work done by the battery is dW. How can I calculate the total work done? The total work done can be calculated by doing integration. So integration of W is equal to integration of dW, which is integration of L into I into di. So here integration limits from where to where? 0 to I0. Current value to be increased from where to where? 0 to I0. So 0 to I0 into L into I into di. Can I write around? So what I will get the answer for W? So W value, so which one I can take outside the integration? L. Integration limits 0 to I0 into I into di. So integration formula, integration of x power n into dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So this is formula. Then what can I write? W is equal to L into here, in place of x what is there? I. So I into di. I power nothing is there means 1. So what I will get the answer? I power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. Limits 0 to I0. Then what I will get the answer for W? W value is 1 by 2 into, so L into I square. Limits are given by 0 to I0. Can I substitute the limits? Then what I will get? W is equal to 1 by 2 into L into, this is I0 square minus 0 square. So finally what I got the expression for W is equal to 1 by 2 into L into I0 square. So this is the expression for work done. Work done by what? Battery. In order to increase the current value from 0 to I0 against the induced EMF, so work done will be given by this. But this work done will store in the form of energy in a coil. So that energy will be stored in the form of magnetic field. Around this coil of magnetic field will be there. So that energy will be stored in the form of magnetic energy. This energy is also called as, so magnetic potential energy. So this work done will store in the form of potential energy in a coil. So that is U is equal to 1 by 2 into L into I0 square. So this is similar to that of whenever a body moving with a velocity. So what is the expression for kinetic energy in mechanics? Kinetic energy is equal to 1 by 2 into m into v square. Whenever a current in a coil is I0, so what is the energy stored in a coil? Which energy? Potential energy. If I compare both, in place of V here I0 is there, in place of m here what is there? L. The L will play the role same as that of what? Mass. So mass is the measurement of mechanical inertia, whereas L is the measurement of electrical inertia. Have you got it? So this is the derivation for 3 marks. Question clear, Dara? What we want to derive? We want to derive the expression for energy stored in a coil. In order to increase the current in a coil from 0 to maximum, so battery has to do some work. That work done will store in the form of which one? Energy. Okay, Nara? Check it. If you want to write the theory, whenever whatever the derivation let it be, if you want to write a derive, compulsory theory description is needed. So consider an inductor of inductance L connected across a battery. So then let us suppose at a time t is equal to 0, the current in the coil is 0 and instantaneous current after a time t seconds is I. The maximum current value is I naught. So at a particular instant of time, the induced EMF or back EMF developed in a coil is given by L into di by dt. So to overcome that back EMF, battery has to do the work. The rate of work done value given by E into I. Substituting the value of E, then dW is equal to L into I into di. Then calculate the value of W within the integration I to I naught. Lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is I naught into dW, which is 0 to I naught into L into I into di. Clear ara? So W value finally I got 1 by 2 into L into I naught square. This work done will store in the form of potential energy around the coil in the form of magnetic field. So generally we have this here discussed. So this work done will store in the form of which energy? Magnetic energy. So okay na? This is the expression for energy stored in a coil. Important derivation for 3 marks. Okay na? So next one. After completion of this derivation, so we'll discuss one important note. So let me consider 2 coils. 2 coils are there. This is one coil, this coil, and one more coil is there. So both the coils are carrying the current. This coil also there along with a plug key, and this is one more coil. It is also connected to a battery along with the plug. So this coil let me call coil number 1 or primary coil, and this is secondary coil. The current in this primary coil let me call I1, and here I will call capital I1, and current in the secondary coil let me call I2. Now 2 coils are placed near by near. So both the coils plug key was closed. Now what I want to calculate, so here the number of turns in the coil is N1, here the number of turns in the coil is N2. What I want to calculate is, so total flux linked with the first coil. Total flux linked with the so primary coil. Primary coil, the total flux linked I want to calculate. So total flux is given by what? N1 into phi1. Can I write? The total flux is because of the two reasons. Here because of the self-induction also there, mutual induction also there. Because of the change of current in the same coil, so flux will be developed. So that flux value will be given by L1 into I1. Similarly, so because of the which one now mutual induction, the flux value given by so M12 into which one I2. What is M12? Mutual inductance of primary coil with respect to the secondary coil. So total flux is due to self-induction and also mutual induction. Similarly, I want to calculate the total EMF. So what is the total induced EMF developed in a coil? Total induced EMF will be equal to induced EMF due to self-induction and induced EMF due to mutual induction. So due to self-induction, induced EMF value L into so di1 by dt. Mutual induction induced EMF value given by minus M12 into di2 by dt. Are you getting ara? You know that mutual induction, self-induction. This is what total induced EMF developed in a coil. Developed in which coil? In primary coil. In a primary coil, how much total induced EMF will develop? Because of the change of current in the same coil, induced EMF will develop. That induced EMF given by, so according to which one? Self-induction, that is E1 is equal to L into di1 by dt. And what is the induced EMF because of the mutual induction? So mutual induction value given by M12 into current passing through second coil di2 by dt. In this way we can calculate the total induced EMF developed in which coil? So secondary coil. This is the total flux linked with the primary coil, and this is the total induced EMF developed in the primary coil. This is whenever the two coils are carrying a current when they place near by near. Similarly, we can also calculate the total flux linked with the secondary coil also. For example, if I want to calculate the total flux linked with the secondary coil, that is given by N2 into Phi2. That total flux value will be equal to sum of, due to mutual induction, L1 into I2, and due to the L1 into di2 by dt. This is flux due to the self induction, and due to the mutual induction M21 into di1 by dt. Are you getting Ara? If I want to calculate the total induced EMF in the secondary coil, which is E1 plus V2, so E1 value will be given by L into minus L into di2 by dt due to mutual self induction minus M21 into di1 by dt. What is M21 name? M21 is called as the coefficient of mutual induction of secondary coil with respect to primary coil. So this point you need to keep in mind. You can calculate the flux. After calculating the flux, the last topic of this chapter, so that is AC generator. Which one it is? AC generator or AC dynamo. AC generator or it is also called as AC dynamo. What is the meaning of AC? Alternating current. So very important question for 5 marks. Only one question which can be asked in this chapter for 5 marks is this is only. Describe the construction and working of AC generator. Okay na? So this continuation of this chapter AC, we'll get it in the next one. So what is AC generator? Before discussing this, for finding the direction of the induced current, direction of induced current can be calculated in a coil. What is the direction of induced current? The induced current direction will be given by which rule? According to Lenz law. Lenz law will tell you the direction of induced EMF will be in a direction opposite to the cause. By using the Lenz law, you can tell whenever a bar magnet is moving towards a coil, if this is a bar magnet, if the north pole of the bar magnet is moving towards a coil, here north pole has to be generated, then current will be in anti-clockwise direction. Whenever a south pole of the bar magnet or a north pole of the bar magnet is moving away, then here current will be south pole will be generated, current will be clockwise. The direction can be calculated by using which rule? By using Lenz law. But still a convenient rule is there for finding the direction of induced current, that is Fleming's which rule? Right hand rule. Right hand rule. What is Fleming's right hand rule? For what purpose? For finding the direction of the induced current. Already we studied in moving charges Fleming's left hand rule. Left hand rule for what purpose? For finding the direction of magnetic force acting on a current carrying conductor or charge. Are you getting Ara? Left hand rule for finding the direction of the magnetic force. Right hand rule for finding the direction of the induced current. According to this rule also, what we need to stretch? We need to stretch our forefinger, we need to stretch our central finger, and we need to stretch our thumb, forefinger and central finger. So according to this right hand rule, if the forefinger is indicating the direction of the B bar, magnetic field, what is the direction of the magnetic field is given by the forefinger, and thumb is indicating the direction of motion of the conductor. Direction of motion of the conductor. In what direction? Motion of conductor. Generally, whenever a conductor is moving in external magnetic field, an induced EMF will develop. That induced EMF is called as motional EMF. So then the central finger will give you the direction of the induced current. The direction of which one? Induced current. Induced current. Can you remember this, sir? So I will apply this while discussing this AC generator. I will apply. So which one you need to stretch? Forefinger, right hand, forefinger, thumb, central finger. Always in left hand rule also forefinger, thumb, central finger. In left hand rule forefinger magnetic field. In right hand rule also forefinger magnetic field. Whereas in the left hand rule, so central finger is direction of the current or direction of the velocity of a charged particle. Then thumb will indicate the direction of the magnetic force. But here, so forefinger is indicating the direction of the magnetic field and thumb is indicating the direction of the motion of the conductor. Then the central finger will give you the direction of the induced current. Okay, Nara? So this is the Fleming's which rule? Right hand rule. I will apply this Fleming's right hand rule while discussing this AC generator. So what is AC generator? AC generator is a device. So what is AC generator? AC generator is a device which will convert mechanical work into electrical energy. Into which energy? Electrical energy. A device which will convert mechanical work into electrical energy. That device name is called as AC generator. So AC generator was developed by the scientist Yukawa. Okay, the scientist name developed is given by which one? Yukawa. So AC generator having many applications are there. So you know that generator for generating the electric power. So there are many methods are there for generating the electric power. So that is the AC generator or AC dynamo. So what is the question they will ask is, describe the construction and working of AC generator. AC generator construction and working they will ask. Okay, na? So definition we discuss. Then what is the working principle of this AC generator? AC generator works on the phenomena of working of AC generator EMI, electromagnetic induction only. So what is electromagnetic induction? Whenever there is a change in flux linked with a coil, an induced EMF will develop in a coil and induced current will flow. How current can be generated? By changing. And so what is the phenomena of EMI? Whenever there is a change in flux linked with a coil, an induced EMF, hence induced current will flow in that coil. So that is the working principle of which one? AC generator. Already you know this. Whenever a coil placed in external magnetic field, you know that induced EMF given by E is equal to minus d phi by dt, which is minus d by dt of, so phi value given by, so b bar dot a bar. That we can discuss now. I will write this in working. Just now you can write what is the working principle of AC generator. AC generator works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So whenever, but you have to write. So electromagnetic induction, that is whenever there is a change in magnetic flux linked with a coil, an induced EMF, hence an induced current, so can be produced. Okay, Nara? So now construction. What is the construction? What are the essential parts of this AC generator? So AC generator essential parts, once you check it. Diagram given in NCERT, bit complicated. So I will draw the diagram in a still simplest manner. So regarding this AC generator, So this is the diagram related with this AC generator. When you are explaining regarding the construction, so you need to explain essential parts. The essential parts are given by, so first one is armature. The second essential part given by magnetic fields, and the third essential part is given by slip rings. The last essential part is given by, so carbon brushes. So what is armature? In this construction you can see armature is a one rectangular frame. So a rectangular coil consists of large number of turns which is wounded on a non-magnetic material. A large number of turns of which one? Copper. So will be wounded on a rectangular frame. A rectangular coil consists of large number of turns. So the turns are made up of copper. Those turns are insulated from each other. So that part is there now, that is called as what? Armature. This armature can be rotated by external source. By using some external device, the armature can be rotated. Where does the armature rotated? So armature is rotated in between two magnetic poles. This magnetic poles will provide the magnetic field. The magnetic field will be order of from 1 Tesla to 2 Tesla. So magnetic field will be provided by which one? By so these two poles. So next one is, you can see the slip rings. Generally now this armature will rotate about an axis perpendicular to magnetic field. So magnetic field direction will be like this now. So it is perpendicular to magnetic field. Here two slip rings will be there. So these two slip rings also they will rotate along with the armature. The two slip rings are there now. So this is one is R1 and other is R2. And last one is the brushes. Two carbon brushes will be there. So that brushes will be touching the slip rings. What is the purpose of these slip rings? These slip rings will will transfer the current. So we'll connect this one to external source. So finally what is the output was there? That is the load resistance. So this circuit was connected to load resistance with the help of these brushes. So these are the four essential parts of this AC generator. Armature, magnetic field, slip rings. Slip rings will be rotate. So along with the which one? Along with the current will be initially produced in the slip rings only. That current will be transferred to the outside circuit output with the help of these brushes only. So commonly using brushes are the carbon brushes. So will be used. So this is regarding construction of this AC generator. After completion of construction, now you have to explain regarding the working. So what is the working of AC generator? Working of how AC generator will work. So first what happen? Now coil will start rotate. Whenever a coil will rotate, what happen? The magnetic field linked with the coil will be changes. So due to the change of magnetic field linked with the coil, the magnetic flux linked with the coil will be changes. According to the phenomena which one? Electromagnetic induction. So what happen? An induced EMF will develop. Here you can write either working or theory. So what is the theory behind this AC generator? So generally in order to explain this theory, according to which law? According to Faraday laws of electromagnetic induction or Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's second law of EMI. According to the Faraday's second law of EMI, the induced EMF developed in a coil will be given by d phi by dt. Correct? So in how much induced EMF will develop? That is given by E is equal to minus d phi by dt, where phi value is the dot product of B bar dot A bar. What is A bar? A bar is the area vector. Area vector in the direction of normal drawn to the coil. So B bar, A bar both are. So how they are? So that here phi value will be given by B bar dot A bar, which is given by BA into cos theta. BA into which one? Cos theta. Here what we will do? The coil will be rotated in in between the magnetic poles with an angular velocity omega. With an angular velocity omega. So what is angular velocity definition? Omega is equal to how much? Theta divided by t. From this, theta is equal to omega into t. So from this, what I will get the flux value? Phi is equal to b into a into cos omega into t. Can I write cos omega into t value? Or otherwise, first I will write theta in terms of theta. Next step I will write omega t. Then phi value is b into a into cos theta. If I substitute, what I will get? E value minus d by dt of b into a into cos theta. Which are the terms constant here? B value constant minus b into a into d by dt of which one? Cos theta. So d by dt of cos theta how much? Minus, which is given by minus b into a into. So what is the derivative of cos theta value given by? Cos theta derivative is, and one more important point here I forgot, if there are n number of terms are there, I can write n into. So n into also. Here what can I write? N into b into e. So here I can write it as minus n into b into a into derivative of cos theta minus sin theta. Or can I do, so which is d by dt of cos theta, can I write it as cos omega t? Since what is the reason? Since the reason is omega is equal to theta by t, theta is equal to omega into t. Then what I will get? E value minus n into b into a. What is derivative of cos theta? That is sin omega t. Sin omega, cos derivative is minus sin. Omega t derivative is omega. Then what I will get? E value minus into minus will be plus n into b into a into omega into which one? Sin omega t. So this is the expression for which one? Instantaneous induced EMF. So instantaneous EMF value will be given by this. Here how can you change the flux value? Flux value can be changed by changing the theta. Since the coil is rotating in external magnetic field, so because of the rotation of the coil, the angle made by B bar with the A bar will be continuously changing. So due to the change in the theta value, what happened to the flux changes. Because of the change of flux, what happened? An induced EMF will develop. So E value given by. So if sin omega t value is equal to 1, so when this induced EMF value will be maximum means when sin omega t is plus or minus 1, then E will become E naught. E naught value n into b into a into omega. This E naught is called as peak value of EMF. If I substitute here, E is equal to E naught into sin omega t. So this is the expression for which one? The induced EMF which is developed in a coil. So how does this induced EMF changes with the time? If I plot the graphical representation of variation of E with t, so graph will be given by sinusoidal graph. What is the shape of the graph? Sinusoidal graph. Initially time 0. So graph is a sinusoidal graph. Time 0, this is for the time period t by 4, and this is for the time period t by 2, and this is for the time period 3t by 4, and this is for the time period t. Even you can also write this is in terms of, this is pi by 2, and this is for pi, and this is for 3 pi by 2, and this is for 2 pi. Initially induced EMF value will be equal to 0 when plane of the coil is perpendicular to magnetic field. Then induced EMF value maximum when coil is rotating in external magnetic field. So based on the direction of rotation, induced EMF value will be continuously changes. Okay na? Are you getting so E is equal to, you need to derive E is equal to E naught into sin omega t. So this is called as instantaneous induced EMF which is developed in a coil. So this EMF, due to this EMF, the current will be, so what is the current will be generated? That current is AC current, alternating current. So let us see, for example, now coil is rotating in either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. So let me consider now coil is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Are you getting Ara? I want to know in external circuit what is the direction of the current. To know the direction of the current, so what I am doing is, let us suppose, so coil is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, like this direction. So when coil is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, first what happen? So first AB will move down, AB will move down and CD will move up. Are you getting Ara? Like this. Now this is the coil. So this is AB and this is CD. Now coil is rotating in anti-clockwise. When it is rotating in anti-clockwise, AB will go down and CD will move up. So what is the direction of the induced current? The induced current direction can be calculated by using which rule? By using Fleming's right hand rule. According to this rule, so which one is the direction of the current? So magnetic field is represented by which one? Magnetic field is represented by forefinger. So forefinger is indicating the direction of the magnetic field. Thumb is indicating the direction of the motion of the conductor. Then the central finger will indicate the direction of the induced current. So now you see what is the direction of the induced current. So what will happen? This is the direction of, so here it has to move down. For example, if I take this ra, it is moving up. If I take CD, so magnetic field is given by this. This is the direction of the magnetic field. Correct, Anna? This is the direction of the magnetic field. I will show like this. Magnetic field I will consider, so this is south pole, this is north pole. Now magnetic field is given by forefinger. So thumb is indicating the direction of the motion of the conductor. CD is moving up. Then what is the direction of the current? Current direction downwards. Downwards means from where to where? C to D. So what happened? So when AB coil is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, AB will go down and CD will move up. So that time the current will flow from A to B, then C to D. So outside the, what is the direction of the current? So current direction from where to where? B2 to B1. After some time, after one rotation, so half rotation completed, so which one will come here? AB will come here. So A will be here, B will be here, C will be here, D will be here. So that time AB will go up and CD will move down. So okay, that time the direction of the current will flow from B1 to B2. You apply the Fleming's right hand rule for finding the direction of the current. So what happened? During AC current, for every half cycle, current direction will be reversed. First current will flow in one direction, so afterward the current direction will be reversed. The current whose magnitude changes continuously and direction changes periodically, such a current is called as alternating current. Here what is the current generated? That is alternating current. And one more important point is, here this armature can be rotated in number of ways. Based on the rotation of the armature, we can produce the different types of electric current. For example, so hydraulic current will be there, thermal current will be there, nuclear power will be there. Whereas in hydraulic current, so the current will be generated nearby the dam. So whenever water is falling from that height, it having some potential energy. That potential energy utilizes for rotation of this armature. Such type of electricity called as thermal power. So whereas one more will be there. Sorry, this is called as hydraulic power. And what about the thermal power? Using a coal, so we will heat the water and convert it into steam. That steam having potential energy that is used to rotate the coil. So that energy is called as, that power is called as thermal power. For rotating this armature, if I use the nuclear power, so nuclear energy, then it is called as what? Nuclear power. So there are many methods are there for producing the current. Here you have to get it clearly. So what is the direction of this induced current? Why induced current is alternating current? So this is regarding the construction working of AC generator. And this is about the chapter electromagnetic induction concept. So then in the next class, we'll start NCERT numericals. Okay, Nara? Thank you.